Project UTV.
I have a couple of fan questions from a really eager fan. His name is Tom Munro. So do you want to say hi to him?
Yeah, hey. What's up, Munro?
Oh my God, he'd love that. So he wants to know what inspired you to cover Malika.
Oh, the flower duet? It was before we had the band together, and it was kind of a song that was like right before we all kind of came together. And for me, working with production and like adding that flavor to our songs and stuff, but it was kind of random, really. I guess a friend of mine was going to a singing lesson and told me to come along, and it was spring, and I just got back from the desert, and my sister was about to have a baby, and yeah, and this singing teacher had the opera in manuscript on her wall, and I saw the word Malika, and because I'm like such a jasmine fiend, like for the flower, someone told me that Malika was Sanskrit for jasmine, and I saw the word Malika, and I was like, you know, that means jasmine. She's like, it's actually an opera about jasmine, and sang it to me. And then the next day, my sister had a baby boy, and like, so you know, there's all this like rebirth stuff going on. So I guess, yeah, from traveling around Central Australia for like 2 months where it's like super raw and dry, and then coming back to a city where there's all this rebirth and like the beginning of the band and stuff. So it's essentially, yeah, it's a very kind of trademark song for us. I feel like it's really pivotal for us. But yeah, it was kind of just by like, she sang, I was like, oh, that means jasmine blood. And she sang it to me, I was like, that's amazing. And then I just kind of wrote it. And then I called Bender up because I had this Soul Collective gig. And a friend of mine, Simone C. Page Jones, who does backups in Clary Brown Banger Records, she used to, we were all doing this Soul Collective gig, and she was freaking out that she didn't really fit the soul genre because she's an opera singer. And I was freaking out too. I'm like, well, I don't even know what I play, but I like soul. So worked out, was like, well, I just started writing this song about an opera, maybe you could sing the opera thing. And then called Bender up on his like voicemail and sang him the song, just straight up in his voicemail. And then like, I don't know, it was like 48 hours later, he'd done all this production to it, and shortly after found the rest of the guys, and now it's like evolved into this crazy opera production Pokemon thing.
That is crazy. He also has another question.
Oh, that was Munro.
Yeah, Munro. He has another question. Is it true that Nakamura was on your album Talk Tomahawk? Was it actually recorded live in one take on the album?
Yeah, he's done his research. You
It was the first take. Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
a couple, but that's a common thing.
Yeah, it was just, you know, like we played together as a band and then just did like the vocals later, but like the four of us just in a room together, and yeah, and it's definitely something we want to do more on future releases. You know, I don't know. Actually, we were like driving around today, like we're just driving to here, and we were just like flicking through the radio, and it was just like, everything's really overproduced, and then it would just get to something where it's just clearly people playing in a room, and we just kept settling on that, and it's just like, I don't know, it's awesome. That's just what people used to do. They actually used to record like them doing like a moment in time where they just played the song, and it was vibing.
And that's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah, without...
How many mics was it? Like 5 mics or something?
Yeah.
Super minimal. And compared to the rest of the record, it's all like sounds and stuff. So yeah, it's nice to be recognized for something that is essentially really simple, you know, because it's kind of like for people to take notice, like people tend to, you feel as an artist that people will pick up on the more like contemporary eclectic shit because it's like, it's uncomfortable to them. But I mean, that's a song that was like, you know, super raw and like one take and a really simple recording process, and you know, people resonate with it really well. And like the majority of our fan base for that particular song are like, I've had so many parents that have kids under the age of 5. They're like, oh my, this is like my 2-year-old's favorite song. It's like, if little kids like it, then we're doing all right. Yeah.
Well, I can say that my mum loves it, so all ages there. So do you have any plans for 2013? Are you going to sort of keep promoting your album or release new stuff? Or?
Yeah, we're going to be working on new recordings really soon. We're just building a studio in our new place in Melbourne, in Coburg.
Some might call it a Grecian palace.
Yes. And,
It's actually
so, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of recording, and then we're going to go to the States in March. We're going to be playing South by Southwest in March, and then some other touring, then another national tour after that of Australia, and then more recording, and then Europe, and then, yeah. Next year is going to be really crazy.
Okay, thank you so much for chatting with us. And if you want to look up Hiatus Kaiyote, you can search them on YouTube. Their single is out. It's Nakamura, and it's awesome. Yeah. So thank you.
like Hiatus Kaiyote, Hiatus Kaiyote.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Get all access by subscribing on YouTube and check out projectu.tv.